Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson made his goal line stand versus the Chicago Bears this morning as he tries to stop them from leaving the city. A last-ditch effort, if you will, to keep the Chicago Bears in Chicago. We got to talk about, number one, do any of his plans have a chance of working, and could he possibly change the Bears' minds at the last minute? All that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the page. You do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. Only channel talk Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you stay in tune with us, man. So this morning, Mayor Johnson down in Springfield speaking with Illinois state lawmakers and kind of made his last ditch effort on the Chicago Bears, trying to keep them here in the city of Chicago. Mayor Johnson's argument essentially being, listen, why are we as Chicago politicians going to go out and vote for a bill that helps billionaire NFL franchises leave Chicago instead of helping the people who actually live in Chicago? Which, listen, like I understand the point that you're trying to make here, but essentially what the mega bill is the tax being transparent, I should say, with the future taxes that the Chicago Bears are going to have to deal with, and giving them that tax certainty that they have been asking for from every single turn. The Bears don't want to build a multi-billion-dollar stadium and they get smoked every year with unpredictable property taxes. And I think this is interesting because I kind of get it from what Mayor Johnson is saying, right? Why are we helping out a billion-dollar organization in the Chicago Bears when we've got other things that we could do to fix things here? Here's the problem that I do have with it. Your plan to keep the Bears here, while it didn't include the tax certainty, would have taxed the Chicago people pretty heavily as well. You were willing to do this when the Bears were willing to stay within the city of Chicago. Chicagoans still would have been hit with taxes. People in Cook County would have still been hit with massive taxes because the Bears were looking for $2.64 million, or I should say billion dollars of public money. So the tax thing wasn't an issue until there was a possibility that the Chicago Bears might actually leave. And I think that's the part for me where this just seems disingenuous. It seems like, you know, you realize too little too late that you didn't do enough to get things out of the way to keep the team in the city, and you're now going to be, unfortunately, a part of back-to-back mayors here who are going to let the Chicago Bears leave the city of Chicago because, as many of the mayors have done, you didn't want to clear things out or make things happen for the Bears within the city when they were willing to work with you within the city. Remember, Kevin Warren started this off by saying, I want to stay in Chicago. He had drawings put out. He had stadium plans put out. They did all of these different things. They did a whole pomp and circumstance on this, saying, I want to stay in Chicago. And now it seems like, back then, it didn't seem like an issue when you were standing on the stage next to Kevin Warren. Now, all of a sudden, it's a massive issue for you that it doesn't help you, I would assume, politically, and in fact, might actually hurt your future politically with the Chicago Bears. And not to say, you know, you're picking a side one way or the other here, but it's so disingenuous to see now this objection where you come out and you're saying, why are we giving tax help to a nearly $9 billion NFL team while Chicago is still dealing with school funding, affordability issues, and infrastructure issues? You didn't have this same sentiment when Kevin Warren was saying we want to put cranes in the air in the city of Chicago. And I get it, right? From at this point, I kind of get it from Kevin Warren's side of things, right? Listen, do I want to pay more in taxes being a resident of Cook County? No. Do I want the Bears I don't really have a dog in the entire stadium fight. I think that's also my big thing with this, right? Is, you know, for me, if they play in Indiana, it doesn't change my watching experience because I'm going to be watching on my TV or watching on a live stream with you guys, right? I'm not really looking to go to the game, but for people that are looking to go to the game, I understand that this means a little bit more to them. But when you look at the Bears side of things in this, right, like Indiana is willing to give the tax certainty. The Mega Bill project seems like it's kind of in the works to give the tax certainty, even though the Bears are looking for some different wording and some different language in all of that. But they don't want to go into this blind in the state of Illinois. And so I understand it from a business standpoint, from a Bears standpoint. By the way, a business that I get it. We're saying it's a $9 billion franchise. It is. They have money. Nobody is accusing the McCaskies of not having money. But we are treating the McCaskies like they aren't something that they clearly are, which is a business. They generate revenue for the city. They generate revenue around the city. And yeah, I'm sorry that you realized too little too late that, hey, we're going to lose a massive moneymaker within the city of Chicago because I couldn't clear things out of the way. I couldn't deal with the Friends of the Park. I couldn't deal with the taxes that were going to be placed on the city of Chicago at that point. And now it's turned into, oh, well, I'm doing this for the people. Well, that's not the conversation that you were having initially on this. And I think here's the bottom line for me with all of this. The Bears now have the leverage. I think that it makes a heck of a lot more sense for the Bears to leave the city, unfortunately, because at this point, the one tie that you still have is emotionally, right? You want to be here. You want to be around this, but financially, you're going to be able to create more revenue than you would ever be able to create at Soldier Field in Arlington Heights and or in Indiana. Unfortunately, Chicago figured that out too late. And now it seems like Mayor Johnson is trying to use the taxpayers and use the working class people of the city as the reason why, well, there's clearly no reason to keep these people around. Well, those are the people that want the team to stay. Those are the people that wanted the team to be within the city of Chicago. It was the working class. And I know not everybody falls into that, right? You're going to have some people who are upset no matter what. You're going to have some people who are excited about this no matter what. But there's a lot of people that when the Bears announced that they were for sure moving, that are electricians, that are plumbers, that are the blue collar, not the white collar society, the people that are going out there and working and busting their butts every single day to make ends meet, that say, I would rather have the team in the city and figure it out from there. You had that opportunity. You had a team that wanted to work with you to stay here. And yes, I know that this does not all fall on Brandon Johnson, right? Like, realistically speaking, you got to take a look at Governor Pritzker as well and how he dragged his feet with this until Indiana was all in within the race, right? And so I guess I kind of get the jaded aspect from that, right? Like, you go down there and you're like, hey, like, everybody's all gung-ho on this now. Why weren't you so gung-ho on this? We were trying to keep the team within the city of Chicago. Now you might lose them and it might hurt your presidential race. And that could hurt the future of what you want to do. Well, you're hurting the future of what I want to do. I understand it from the different aspects that are here, but the bottom line is you dragged your feet on this too long. You weren't loud enough on this. You didn't clear out options for the Chicago Bears to actually get anything done on the campus. Now, in this article that was put out by the Chicago Sun-Times, you are downing the campus and saying that the campus needs a ton of makeover and work. Well, why weren't you saying that in the beginning? That's what it comes down to me. And so, he says there's still some ideas and there's still some options that he wants to go to that he thinks will keep the Chicago Bears within the city of Chicago. Realistically speaking, he didn't want to go into detail on any of these options, but he did say that there are options available. Realistically speaking, at the end of the day, the Bears are leaving the city of Chicago. That is the bottom line. They've said that there's two sites. These are the two sites they are the furthest along on. And I'm sorry that, I get it. You're trying to frame this as you're protecting the working people or you're protecting people from billionaires and getting tax breaks, which is, a very political argument. But the Bears are also telling you exactly what they needed. By the way, at the end of all of this, you weren't also willing to give the Bears the tax certainty that they needed to get things done. So now the question becomes, can you even keep the Bears within the state? Can you even get this done? Or are the Chicago Bears going to Indiana? Which, if they are, listen, if you're somebody who was like, I don't want the taxes, I don't want to deal with it, then you should be excited that the Bears are leaving the state of Illinois and going to Indiana. Because I know that those people are going to be in the comments saying, why would you want to pay billionaires to have to build their own stadium? Why would you want these taxes? Then you should be ecstatic that the Bears are going to the state of Illinois. Or, I'm sorry, to the state of Indiana. But the bottom line, and again, I don't have a dog in this fight. Let me know how you guys feel down in the comments below. The bottom line for all of this is, no matter what, Brandon Johnson is making this goal line stand well too late. Like, as far as goal line stands go, right? There's a goal line stand to stop the score from going from 31-6 to 38-6. Like, that's kind of where you're at with this right now. And it just feels too little too late. It feels way too disingenuous. And it feels like you really didn't care about this from the beginning. And now that it might be something that under your tenure as mayor of the city of Chicago, you're going to be remembered as the mayor that let the Chicago Bears walk out of the city. Now you want to fix it. Sorry, that's probably not going to happen here. And I would expect to see the Chicago team move forward with one of their plans, either in Arlington and or in Indiana. Let me know how you guys feel down in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Do you think that the Chicago Bears change their mind and stay within the city? Or do you think that the stadium is too little, too late, and it's going to be somewhere else? And by the way, are you like me and you just kind of don't care about the stadium anymore? Like, I'm sorry, I hate to say it this way, but we've been talking about this for so long. Play somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it's, and I'm also not one of those people that's like, oh, it has to be in the namesake. Most teams aren't. Like, it was cool that Chicago was one of those teams that had all their teams within the city of Chicago. If it makes more revenue for the team, I don't care where you play. You can play in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, for all I care. Like, as long as you are the Chicago Bears and you are generating revenue for the Chicago Bears, that is all that I care about. And stop letting people bother you that are going, oh, we're going to be the Indiana Bears. Shut up. Your team don't even play in your city. Most of these cities that you have, of the people that are crying about this, don't have the infrastructure to support a team, and or the team is the infrastructure for the city, and that's all that they have. You live in the city of Chicago. There's going to be a lot of fun days that your city is going to be better than most of the people that are complaining about you. So don't even worry about that at the end of the day. Hey, let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down with love. Peace.